In our rapidly evolving world, grasping societal dynamics and social relations is pivotal in tackling contemporary challenges like inequity, globalization, environmental issues, and cultural diversity. Sociology, Themes and Perspectives, a scholarly contribution by Michael Haralambos, and Martin Holborn, gives readers a robust foundation in sociology, enabling them to analyze and comprehend intricate social phenomena using diverse theoretical paradigms. To underscore the array of family structures and their in society, we reflect on various family configurations like nuclear families, extended families, and single-parent households. Nuclear families, generally comprised of parents and their children, often epitomize resource sharing and mutual responsibilities within alliance and the dynamism of varying social roles. Single-parent households exemplify the tenacity and flexibility of family units in the face of shifting societal norms and conditions. The book's focus on applying sociological principles to practical scenarios equips readers with indispensable abilities to maneuver and comprehend the intricacies of contemporary society. As a result, it remains a noteworthy asset for students, scholars, and all those intrigued by acquiring a deep comprehension of societal dynamics. As we delve into sociology's domain, it becomes crucial to grasp the theoretical lenses that help us interpret societal structures and interactions. This chapter, Decoding Sociological Theories and Perspectives, acts as a navigation tool to acquaint us with the plethora of theories molding our societal comprehension. We start with functionalism, envisaging society as a complex system with interdependent parts promoting harmony and stability. This viewpoint invites contemplation on how social institutions like family, education, and religion contribute to society's overall workings. Subsequently, we navigate through conflict theory, emphasizing social, political, or material group inequality. This theory accentuates how power dynamics and socioeconomic disparities impact and shape societal structures. Following, we turn to symbolic interactionism, spotlighting micro-level interactions within society. This theory underscores how individuals shape their social realities through interactions and their attributed meanings. To exemplify these theories, let's refer to a seminal sociological study by Emil Durkheim on suicide rates. Durkheim discovered a higher likelihood of suicide amongst individuals with lesser social integration, underscoring social bonds and support networks' significance in our society. Grasping theories and perspectives, we can interpret societal structures and dynamics more effectively, paving the way for an in-depth exploration of sociological topics in the ensuing chapters. The inaugural chapter, The Sociological Perspective, establishes an understanding of sociology. It presents a range of theories and perspectives using examples of global educational systems and practices to illuminate societal structure and dynamics. Case studies such as Finland's education reform and the influence of the No Child Left Behind policy in the U.S. enrich our comprehension. We also explore disparities in education access, highlighted by the comparison between developed and developing nations, and scrutinize the influence of education on social mobility, indicated by the link between education level and income potential in diverse societies. Venturing forth from our sociological perspective exploration, we now shift our focus to the interplay of education and culture. This chapter aims to unify our prior discussion on the sociological view of education with the forthcoming inquiry into culture and identity. Our exploration begins with cultural influence on education. We delve into questions like, how does culture shape educational norms? Which cultural assumptions underpin our teaching methods? We'll endeavor to illuminate these queries by examining diverse societal examples, where education perception and approach differ based on cultural milieu. Next, we into Bourdieu's concept of cultural capital. The non-monetary social assets can facilitate social mobility. We'll examine how cultural capital can steer an individual's educational path and career, thereby shaping social mobility. Lastly, we examine education's potential to either uphold or question cultural norms. Can education perpetuate stereotypes, or can it stimulate critical thinking about cultural assumptions? We'll probe these questions using real-world examples of educational reforms and initiatives. This chapter serves as a vital connecting our understanding of education from a sociological standpoint to our future exploration of culture and identity. So, stay with us as we navigate further into the captivating realm of sociology. Moving forward, Culture and Identity probes into the social formation of identity, juxtaposing it with an array of global healthcare frameworks, underscoring the significant influence of culture on our perceptions and actions. It tactfully highlights healthcare discrepancies rooted in socioeconomic or racial backgrounds across diverse nations. Additionally, it integrates case studies of health initiatives and public health drives, offering an encompassing viewpoint on the topic. Transitioning from the realm of culture, we proceed to the sphere of social structures, highlighting the influence of cultural norms and values on them. This segment unravels the intricate relationship between culture and the establishment and operation of social systems. We'll discuss how cultural norms mold societal institutions and prescribe the roles individuals assume within them. We will also examine the role of the cultural lens in shaping perceptions of social hierarchies, potentially leading to disparities in societal functioning. For example, we'll consider the impact of cultural beliefs on family gender roles, or the effect of cultural norms on education quality and accessibility across societies. We'll also observe how cultural values influence health practices and policies, thereby affecting population health outcomes. Through real-world examples and case studies, we aim to comprehensively illustrate these dynamics. Upon concluding this segment, we expect to shed light on the symbiotic relationship between culture and social structures, establishing the foundation for our next segment, focusing on social structures and institutions. We shift our focus towards a meticulous exploration of social structures and institutions, namely families and households, education, and health. These pillars of society shape individual experiences and opportunities, with social class divisions, like the gap between the affluent and labor class, having a significant influence on access to quality education and health services. Additionally, we'll study income disparities, showing how a considerable income divide can impact those on the lower income tiers. Patterns of movement, social and geographical, also contribute, as these often determine the resources and opportunities accessible to an individual. In this discussion, we'll integrate stories of social mobility, such as the uplifting journey of a previously financially challenged individual reaching middle-class status through education or business pursuits. On the other hand, we will sensitively touch upon instances of class-specific differences in resource accessibility. For instance, we may consider the difficult circumstances faced by lower-income families in accessing quality healthcare and educational opportunities, hence sketching the complex social realities in our community. As we delve into society's architecture, we must consider the crucial aspects of stratification and social class. We unravel how social class transcends personal wealth, incorporating prestige, power, and resource control. This often unseen stratification significantly shapes individuals' opportunities and challenges. We then venture into poverty, welfare, and social exclusion, exposing the stark confronting those marginalized. Social exclusion, frequently stemming from poverty, can instigate an enduring cycle of deprivation. We also touch upon welfare programs' role and their capacity to diminish poverty and encourage social inclusion. Subsequently, we uncover global inequality. We probe how globalization, despite essence, may foster global inequality. By scrutinizing international trade and global economic policies, we untangle the paradox of progress and poverty in our worldwide community. We then study Marx's theory of class struggle, demonstrating its applicability in today's society, signifying the persisting class conflict and social disparity. In concluding, we acknowledge that comprehending and mitigating social inequality, a comprehensive grasp of social class, poverty, welfare, and global dynamics. Understanding is essential for making progress towards a more balanced society. Deviant behavior and criminal justice, poverty, welfare, and social exclusion, and globalization and global inequality provide an in-depth examination of social inequality. We study the correlation between social class, poverty, global dynamics, and their effect on societal structures and individuals. Our exploration is through the prism of unlawful behavior, deviant subcultures, societal responses to crime, and crime prevention strategies case studies. We further analyze criminal justice policies and rehabilitation programs, illuminating their societal impact. Shifting focus from the intricate nature of social inequality, we commence our exploration of societal components that profoundly impact our existence. These components encompass crime and deviance, power, politics and the state, and religion. Each one contributes distinctively to sculpting society and preserving societal order. Beginning with crime and deviance, it's observed that these behaviors primarily emerge as a reaction to the social and economic disparities we've just touched on. They contest societal norms, thereby influencing social frameworks and advocating proceeding to power, politics, and the state. They shape power hierarchies, which could possibly generate or sustain inequality. They administer societal norms, regulations, and policies that steer our lives, with their influence pervading various sectors, from education to healthcare to criminal justice. Lastly, we examine religion. Religion refines both individual and communal beliefs and values. It often acts as a sanctuary, fostering a sense of community and self-identity, though it can sometimes trigger conflict and separation. To illustrate, Weber's research on the Protestant ethic and the spirit of capitalism is worth noting. Weber proposed that the Protestant Reformation's religious principles significantly steered the growth of capitalism. To summarize, crime and deviance, power, politics, and the state, and religion hold key positions in structuring society, influencing power relationships, and shaping individual and common beliefs. These components are closely linked with social inequality, forming the very essence of our communities. Crime and deviance, exemplified by the influence of global fiscal trends on cybercrime prevalence, power, politics, and the state, epitomized by democracy's propagation through cultural discourse, and religion, illustrated by transnational movements such as the growth of religious fundamentalism, are all analytical tools to evaluate the roles of these components in society. They provide insight into how these elements sustain social harmony, negotiate power frameworks, and shape personal and communal convictions. Detailed examinations of globalization's effects on local environments, economies, and traditions further enhance this evaluation, offering a well-rounded comprehension of the interplay between global and local mechanisms. Moving from elements of society to media and communication, we delve into the pivotal role of globalization in shaping the media terrain. The globalization of media and communication examines the implications of globalization on media content, distribution, and our global comprehension. The digital era has seen the emergence of global media conglomerates playing a key role in crafting the narratives absorbed daily. Media globalization has facilitated a convergence of cultures, making international news, films, music, and other media readily accessible. However, it's not without complexities. The prevalence of Western media, for instance, can result in cultural uniformity, potentially overshadowing local cultures. We'll also touch on the digital divide, a form of disparity that leaves those without digital access trailing in the globalized media scenario. Moreover, we'll scrutinize the far-reaching effects of media globalization on our societal perceptions. We'll employ McLuhan's "the medium is the message" as a reference to highlight the intertwined relationship between the medium and the message, and how it influences perception. Let's delve into understanding the global scale of media and communication and its influence on our perspectives in society. Media and Communications probes the media's role in molding public dialogue and influencing social perceptions. It investigates various dimensions of media representations, such as the depiction of marginalized communities in news narratives or the gender norms in advertising. The study scrutinizes the media's palpable effects on attitudes and behaviors, demonstrating the potential impact of violent video game usage on aggression or the influence of beauty standards in magazines on self-perception. Digging further, we introduce case studies of media manipulation and information control, such as the impactful Facebook Cambridge Analytica incident that influenced the 2016 U.S. presidential elections, or the prevalent media regulation in certain nations. Each case offers a distinctive perspective through which we can comprehend the media's considerable role in shaping public opinion. Exploring the intersection of media and communication with environment and society, we present the role of media in environmental awareness. This segment examines media's crucial function in framing our comprehension of environmental matters. The compelling portrayal of wildfires in Australia or the disturbing visuals of plastic-infested marine life affirm the influential capacity of media to highlight environmental issues within public discourse. Moreover, Media channels the findings of scientific research on climate change, deforestation, and pollution to a wider public, surpassing academic circles. We further delve into the potential of media as a forum for environmental advocacy, as exemplified by social media movements like #Fridays for Future and documentaries such as An Inconvenient Truth. Nevertheless, media's role isn't without its complexities. We reflect on instances where media has been labeled as greenwashing, implying a more eco-conscious image of entities than reality. We also study the disputed occurrence of climate change denial in certain media sectors, which can potentially misguide the public and impede environmental initiatives. In summary, role of media in environmental awareness highlights the profound influence of media on our environmental perception, comprehension of related challenges, and the urge to safeguard it. Environment and society underscores the synergistic relationship between human societies and the natural world. This symbiosis is deeply impacted by environmental degradation instances, including the Amazon's deforestation and pervasive marine plastic pollution. Concurrently, it is molded by sustainable development efforts such as Denmark's renewable energy practices or water preservation tactics in desert areas like the Sahara. The narrative also investigates instances of environmental advocacy, exemplified by Greta Thunberg's youth climate strike, and policy responses to climatic transformations like the Paris Accord and the Green New Deal. Let's now transition to Scene 16, Merging Sociology and Environmental Activism. This nexus is pivotal in grasping how sociological viewpoints can stimulate and mold environmental activism and policymaking. Conflict theory, which delves into social inequality, can be relevant to the environmental justice movement. This movement emphasizes the uneven distribution of environmental benefits and burdens, with underprivileged communities usually shouldering the weight of environmental hazards. Additionally, symbolic interactionism, focusing on the significance individuals attach to their actions, can shed light on why some people partake in environmental activism and others abstain. We will also touch on how research methods like surveys and interviews improve our comprehension of public sentiment towards environmental issues. A survey, for example, might show that people are likelier to recycle if they perceive their actions as impactful. We will also consider how sociology can influence policy responses to environmental problems. Sociology's understanding of societal structures and cultural norms can guide policymakers to devise more efficacious strategies for promoting sustainable behavior. In The Convergence of Sociology and Environmental Action, elucidates the potential of sociological theories and methods to tackle environmental issues, underlining the pertinence of sociology to urgent real-world matters. In summation, Theory and Methods provides a detailed overview of the various theoretical frameworks employed in sociology, such as structural functionalism, which perceives society as an intricate system, and conflict theory, which centers on social disparity. It further explores a plethora of research strategies in use, for instance, surveys, interviews, and case studies. This enables readers to thoughtfully analyze and comprehend social phenomena. In essence, Sociology, Themes and Perspectives provides an exhaustive exploration of sociological theories, concepts, and research. It uses real-world scenarios, such as the global approach towards the COVID-19 pandemic, to elucidate functionalist theory, demonstrating how society compensates and reacts to ensure equilibrium. The book advocates for a critical approach in examining society, evidenced by the complexity and multiplicity of social phenomena, such as the Black Lives Matter movement. Highlighting the interconnectedness of various social institutions, it uses the symbiotic relationship between the educational system and the economy as an example, emphasizing their profound impact on individuals and communities. By analyzing the poverty issue, the book explains the interplay between these institutions, which can potentially empower or undermine communities. The book offers an extensive exploration of multiple sociological perspectives and applies concepts of interactionism to commonplace situations like the use of emojis in communication. This approach enables a profound understanding of societal intricacies. By offering real-world examples, it aptly bridges the theoretical and practical, inviting readers to appreciate the applicability and relevance of sociological thought in their everyday lives. Sociology, Themes and Perspectives is valued as an in-depth resource for comprehending sociological theories and concepts. However, its detailed exploration of theories and complex language might present a challenge for beginners. It has also faced criticism for its perceived Eurocentric content, as it primarily centers on Western societies, potentially limiting its global outlook. Critics contend that this could compromise its comprehensive approach to sociology. The book's depiction of diversity has questioned, with critics contending that it may not adequately represent the experiences of marginalized communities, thereby possibly presenting a skewed view of social structures. Additionally, the book critiqued for potentially containing outdated information, with lesser inclusion of recent sociological research findings and contemporary examples. This could limit its applicability in a rapidly changing social landscape. The potential theoretical bias in favor of certain sociological perspectives has also been a matter of debate, which could shape the reader's understanding of sociology. Despite these concerns, the book continues to offer a detailed examination of sociological theories, prompts critical thinking, and provides real-world examples, making it a useful tool for both students and scholars. As with any academic resource, it's important to approach it critically, acknowledging its limitations while recognizing its merits.